The sky above Colony 9 was quiet. Neon lights glowed gently through the streets. Shops were closing. Robots swept the walkways. People headed home. Lena Hart, a 22-year-old human girl with big glasses and messy brown hair, stayed late in her small dental clinic. She was always the last to leave. No one else wanted to work on alien teeth, but she loved it, especially when it was quiet. As she packed up her tools, she heard something. A low growl. Not angry, not dangerous. It sounded hurt. Lena froze. Then she heard it again, coming from the back alley near her clinic. She grabbed her flashlight and carefully stepped outside. The alley was dark, narrow, and full of old crates. The growl turned into a whimper. Lena moved closer, her shoes crunching softly on the gravel. She found a large trash bin pushed against the wall, and behind it something shifted. Lena pointed her light and gasped. A creature lay curled in the shadows. It was big, maybe the size of a car. Its body was covered in smooth black scales with hints of blue. Two folded wings pressed tightly against its back. A long tail twitched weakly on the ground, but what caught her attention most were its eyes, bright gold and full of pain. Lena's mouth opened in shock. What are you?" the creature growled, trying to back away. Its breathing was uneven. Smoke curled from its nostrils. It was a dragon, an alien dragon. For a moment, Lena almost ran, but then she saw it, a crack along the side of the dragon's mouth. One of its sharp fangs, broken in half, infected, blackened at the base. She blinked. Her eyes widened. "You poor thing. That tooth is decaying." The dragon flinched as she stepped closer, but she held up her hands slowly. "It's okay. I'm not here to hurt you." The dragon opened its mouth slightly, showing the broken tooth, and made a soft sound, almost like a whisper. "It hurts." Lena froze. "You can talk?" The dragon nodded weakly. She stepped closer, now focused completely. The fear was gone, replaced by concern. "I'm a dentist, a human one. I think I can help you, but you have to trust me." The dragon's eyes studied her. Then, very slowly, it nodded. Minutes later, Lena returned with her hover cart. It carried her portable tools, scanners, and numbing sprays. She moved carefully, setting up a small exam light from her pack. The dragon lay still, but its tail moved nervously. Lena placed her fingers gently near the broken fang. "This is going to sting. I need to scan the damage." She tapped her scanner and placed it near his jaw. Data flashed across her screen. Species, unknown. Draconoid class infection level, 42% pain index. Critical age estimate, juvenile. "A baby dragon," she whispered. The dragon blinked. "I am not a baby, I'm Urath." Lena smiled a little. "Okay, Urath, but I'm still fixing your tooth." She pulled out a special liquid, a cooling gel that numbed nerves. "This might feel weird," she warned. He didn't move. She gently applied the gel. As she worked, she noticed something strange. Every time she touched his fang, his scales glowed softly, ancient symbols pulsing under the surface. She whispered, "That's not normal." Urath closed his eyes. "You are kind." Lena's heart ached a little. "Hasn't anyone helped you before?" "No," he whispered. "They feared me. Then they didn't see the pain behind your fire." 30 minutes passed. Lena cleaned the infection, sealed the crack, and applied a healing paste made from rare alien herbs. As she packed up her tools, Urath opened his eyes again. They were clearer now. The pain had lessened. "You helped me." She nodded. "That's what I do." He looked at her closely. "Why?" Lena hesitated. "No one ever asks that," she said softly. "But I guess because no one helped me once, and I don't want anyone to feel what I felt." Urath lowered his head. You may be small, but your heart is large. Lena laughed. You're the first dragon to ever compliment me. You're the first human to ever touch me, without fear. Suddenly, Urath's head lifted. His ears twitched. What is it? Lena asked. They're coming. Who? He looked at her, eyes suddenly serious. The ones who want me dead. The night grew colder. Lena wiped the sweat from her forehead as she guided the hovering medcart through the back entrance of her clinic. Behind her, Urath, the injured alien dragon, limped quietly into the shadows of the building. He ducked his head low to avoid hitting the doorframe. His wings dragged slightly behind him and smoke trailed softly from his nose. Lena looked around nervously. Okay, quickly. Stay quiet. If my landlord sees claw marks on the floor again, I'm done. Urath blinked slowly. This place is small. It's a dental clinic, not a castle, she said. Be grateful I let you in. You almost set the alley on fire, he huffed. That was an accident, Lena snorted. So was your birth, probably. Urath looked confused. Is that an insult? Lena chuckled. Only a small one. Inside the clinic, everything looked normal. White lights, a small exam chair, posters of smiling humans with perfect teeth, a coffee machine in the corner that never worked. But tonight, things were far from normal. Lena turned on her medical lamp and motioned for Urath to lie near the chair. I'll need you to hold still. I have to finish the deep scan on that fang. Urath hesitated. What if it breaks more? I'll catch it, she said, before it shatters your face. Comforting. As Lena scanned his jaw again, she saw clearer data this time. Tooth fracture spread, halted. Energy reading, unstable. Species signature, bioluminal energy core detected. Genetic match, 0.001% galactic population. She frowned. That can't be right. Urath opened one eye. What's wrong? You're glowing from the inside. That is normal for my kind. No, it's not. I've worked with 3 kinds of reptilian aliens. None of them have a living light source behind their teeth. That's insane. Urath looked away. Because I am not like them. Lena leaned in. You said you're not a baby. What are you then? Urath didn't answer immediately. Then softly he spoke. I am the last ember of my flame, the last egg of the high brood, the ones who carried the old fire. Lena blinked. So, like, a dragon prince? Worse, he whispered. I am the only one left. There was silence. Lena sat back, her tools paused in midair. Her eyes softened. How did you get here? Urath stared at the ceiling. They hunted us, not humans, others, greedy ones. They wanted our core energy, our light. My family died protecting the vault. I ran through fire, through vacuum, through death, and crashed here. Lena swallowed. I'm sorry. He blinked slowly. You are strange for a human. I get that a lot. She went back to work, cleaning around the infected area, applying more healing solution. Urath didn't flinch anymore. Suddenly her scanner flashed again. Healing triggered memory release. She looked up. Memory release? Then it happened. From deep inside Urath's fang, a beam of light projected upward, filling the room with floating symbols and images, ancient spirals, star maps, a glowing sigil shaped like a flame-wrapped planet. Lena stepped back in awe. What is that? My birthright, Urath said. The flame seal. She stared. This is inside your tooth. It is my key. But it only reveals itself when someone touches me without fear. Lena froze. You mean? Urath nodded. You. Outside, a silent probe floated above the colony, its scanner catching a faint pulse of energy from Lena's. Clinic, the signal was sent. Far away in deep space, a black ship changed course. Target located. Dragonair detected. Eliminate or capture. Back inside, Lena had no idea she was already being hunted. She was just cleaning up the tools, watching Urath curl up gently near the heating vent. "You know," she said, sitting beside him, "you're actually kind of cute when you're not growling." "I was never growling, I was warning." "Oh, big difference," she smirked. They sat quietly. Urath's golden eyes slowly closed, and for the first time in who knows how long, he fell asleep without fear. The next morning, Colony 9 woke up to routine announcements and peaceful music on the public network. Everything felt normal, but Lena knew it wasn't. She hadn't slept all night. Not after seeing that memory light inside Urath's tooth. Not after hearing him whisper about being the last ember. He was still asleep in the back room, curled up like a massive breathing shadow. His scales shimmered slightly in his rest, as if still glowing from the repair. Lena stared at her medical scanner, replaying the recording from last night. Flame seal detected, vault coordinates hidden, target class Mythborn. "Okay," she whispered, pacing. "You're a myth, a real one. And your tooth holds a star map." She held her head. "I just wanted to fix cavities." Suddenly, her clinic lights flickered, then the screen on her wall flashed. Colony security notice incoming visitors. 2. Identification. Red class clearance. Reason. Missing biological threat. Please cooperate. Lena's blood ran cold. A loud knock echoed at the front door. She peeked out the window. 2 tall figures stood outside in black uniforms, not local police. Their suits were clean, armored, and marked with a glowing insignia. 3 rings wrapped around a black sun. Her stomach turned. The Black Enclave. They weren't known for arrests, they were known for disappearances. Lena quickly ran to the back room. Urath stirred, blinking. "What is it?" "We have guests," she whispered. "The very unfriendly kind." His pupils narrowed. "How did they find me?" "I don't know, but you need to hide. Now." Urath growled. "Oh, I don't hide." She put her hand on his nose. "If you don't, you won't get another chance to be brave. Let me handle this." His eyes locked on hers. Then, he nodded. Lena helped him squeeze into a hidden compartment under the supply cabinet. She covered him with old blankets and a lead-lined med blanket. The lights flicked again. The knock came once more, louder. She opened the door slowly. 2 agents stared at her. 1 male, 1 female. Cold eyes. No smiles. "Are you Lena Hart?" the male asked. "Yes," she said, hiding her trembling hands behind the door. "We're investigating a bioenergy signal that originated near this location last night," said the female. "Did you notice anything strange?" "Strange?" Lena forced a laugh. "This is a dental clinic, ma'am. I see strange all the time." "No unusual patients? Any injuries brought in from the outer colony?" Lena kept her face blank. "Just a Sarnok with jaw lock and a kid who swallowed a toothbrush." The male narrowed his eyes. "May we scan your facility?" She hesitated. "If I say no, we return with clearance and suspicion." Lena stepped aside, jaw tight. "Be my guest." The agents walked in slowly, scanning every corner. Their small drones floated beside them, humming softly. As the female scanned the supply room, Urath didn't move, not even a breath. The scanner passed right over him. But Lena's heart pounded so loud, she thought it might explode. The male turned back to her. "One last question," he said. "Have you heard the name Urath before?" Lena blinked. "Is that a new brand of toothpaste?" He stared. She smiled sweetly. A long pause. Then, he turned and nodded. "Thank you for your cooperation." They both left. Lena didn't breathe until the door hissed shut behind them. She locked it. Twice. Moments later, she opened the hidden panel. Urath unfolded himself slowly. "I could have stopped them," he said. "They would not have left." "Exactly," Lena replied. "You'd be fighting and we'd both be dead, or worse." She sat down beside him, exhausted. You're not just some patient now. You're a walking key. And now they know you're here." He was silent. Then he said softly, "You risked everything to protect me." Lena looked at him. "I didn't fix your tooth just to see you taken apart." Outside, the Enclave agents stood silently, speaking into their wrist units. Signal confirmed. Target presence probable. Proceed to shadow lockdown. Far above the colony, a ship turned its course. Stealth mode engaged. The hunt had begun. Lena stared at the hologram above her medical desk. The screen flashed again. Unregistered flame class energy signature detected. Risk level, critical. Subject, status, legendary. Her hands trembled as she shut the display. This wasn't just a patient anymore, this was history. Living, breathing history. In the back room, Urath lay still. His eyes were closed, but Lena knew he wasn't sleeping. He hadn't rested since the Enclave visit. Neither had she. Outside, the colony streetlights buzzed faintly. A cold wind passed through the alley. From the rooftop, black drones hovered, silent, watching. Lena glanced at the window. "Urath," she called softly. He rose slowly, golden eyes glowing dimly. "They're still watching," she said, "and they're not leaving." "I can sense them," Urath replied. "They carry steel breath and empty hearts." She looked at him. "We can't stay here." Urath lowered his gaze. "Then I should leave alone." "No," Lena snapped. "You won't survive out there. You need treatment. I need to stop endangering you." Lena's voice shook. "You're not endangering me. They are. You didn't ask." For this, there was silence between them. Then Urath moved closer, wings folding tightly. "In my world, pain is weakness, crying is shame, compassion is not natural." "Well," Lena said, "welcome to humanity. We cry, a lot. And we still fight." She stood tall. "I'm not giving up on you, but we need to move fast." She packed med supplies, a portable power core, her portable AI, and carefully her old hover scooter. It was slow, dusty, and slightly illegal. Urath limped beside her, hiding his tail under a large tarp. From a distance, he looked like a hunched worker carrying machinery. Just as they reached the back exit, the roof exploded. 3 drones dropped down, red lights locked onto them. "Target confirmed. Stand down. Hand over biospecimen." Lina pulled out her stun spray. "You want him? Come through me." The lead drone fired. She dodged, barely. Urath snarled and stepped forward. Lena grabbed his arm. "No, you can't." Too late. His eyes flared gold. The symbols on his scales lit up like fire. The air grew hot. The metal walls began to shake. Lena backed away, shielding her face. Then came the roar, a true dragon's roar. The drones froze midair, systems glitching. Flames erupted from Urath's chest, not just heat, but light. Controlled, focused, ancient. 1. Blast hit the lead drone, melting it midair. The other 2 retreated instantly. Lena stared at him. Urath fell to one knee, breathing hard. "I didn't mean to reveal myself, but you were in danger." She rushed to him. "You could have burned this whole place down." "I would have. For you." Lena didn't know what to say. So she said, the only thing that came to her heart, "You scared me." "I know," Urath said, "but I still want to help you." They moved quickly now, out of the alley, through abandoned construction zones, and toward the eastern boundary of the colony. Lena had a friend there, someone who owed her a favor, someone with a hidden launch pod. Urath limped beside her, his strength fading after the flame burst. "You didn't tell me you had that kind of power," she said. "I didn't know you'd risk your life for a dying myth." Lena looked at him. "You're not a myth. You're my patient." He smiled faintly. "And maybe my friend." Behind them, smoke still rose from the clinic. Above them, the Black Enclave ship changed direction. They knew now. And they We're coming, not to talk, to kill. The hidden launch site was buried beneath an old scrapyard at Colony 9's eastern edge. Lena punched a rusted code panel. It sparked, whirred, and finally clicked. A thick steel gate slid open, revealing a dim tunnel leading underground. Urath followed slowly. His wings were weak, his flame dim. His scales had lost some of their glow. "You okay?" she asked, walking beside him. "I am tired. You held back your power to avoid harming me. That's not weakness." He gave a small smile. "Then, you are the strongest among us." At the end of the tunnel stood a bulky man in grease-covered overalls, chewing a toothpick. "Torque," Lena said, nodding. Torque raised an eyebrow. "Thought you only fixed teeth, Hart. Now you're smuggling aliens?" "He's hurt," she replied. "I need your old pod. Just one launch. Quiet. No tracking." Torque stared at Urath. "That's a myth beast. He has a name." Urath. Torque scratched his beard. "Even more reason not to get involved. The Enclave's offering bounty credits that could buy a city." Lena's heart dropped. "You wouldn't." Torque met her gaze. Then slowly, he stepped aside. "I didn't say I'm selling him." "You've saved my kid's teeth 3 times, just make it fast." Lena exhaled. "Thank you." But Urath looked tense. His tail swayed. He was sensing something. The old launch pod hummed to life as Lena ran diagnostics. The system was working, but barely. "It can take you to the next moon base," she explained. "I'll follow you later, just go." Urath blinked. "You're not coming?" "I will, but I need to draw them away first. They'll chase me, not you." "No," he said. "We go together. Urath, then—" A sound, a hiss of gas, a metal door slamming shut. Lena turned. Torque stood at the tunnel entrance, holding a stun rifle. "I'm sorry, kid," Urath growled. Lena's eyes widened. "Torque, don't. It's not personal. But I've got a daughter to feed. Enclave's offering triple for live capture. I press one button and they're here in 5 minutes." "You said—" "I said a lot." Urath stepped forward. But Lena stopped him. "Don't," she said softly. "Why?" "Because we're not monsters." She walked slowly toward Torque. Her, hands raised. "You owe me a favor, remember?" "I'm repaying it," he said coldly. "I'm keeping you alive. Then shoot me first." Torque froze. "What?" "If you're handing him over, you'll have to hand me over too. I'm not after you." "But they will be." Lena took another step forward. "I helped your daughter smile again. I helped you when no one else would. And now I'm asking you to help him." Silence. Torque lowered the gun, slightly. Then something unexpected happened. Urath stepped forward and bowed, not to fight, not to roar, to submit. "If my capture protects her," he said softly, "then I accept it." "No," Lena shouted, but Urath looked back and smiled faintly. "Better one fire die than 2. Lena's heart broke. Then, everything exploded. Boom! The sidewall blasted open. A squad of black-armored Enclave agents stormed in, weapons raised. "Draconoid located. Human aiding fugitive, terminate if necessary." Torque screamed and ducked. "I didn't call them yet." Lena grabbed Urath's arm. "Run!" But Urath turned, his eyes glowing again. Not with fire, with sorrow. "This ends now." He stepped forward, wings opening fully. Golden flames burst from his body, not to attack but to form a shield around Lena. The agents opened fire. The bullets melted mid-air, but one struck Urath, deep in the side. He stumbled, fell to one knee. "Urath!" Lena cried. He whispered, "Run!" "No." She ran to him, held him. Blood, bright orange, covered her hands. But Urath looked up. Behind them, the pod's door opened with a hiss. Torque, stunned and shaking, shouted, "Go! I'll hold the door!" Lena dragged Urath into the pod, heart pounding. The engine roared, the hatch sealed. And then, they launched. Far below, the Enclave agents fired into the sky, but the ship was gone. and Torque, still on his knees, whispered, "No amount of credits could have bought what I just saw." In space, Lena held Urath close. "You're bleeding." "I'm alive." "But for how long?" Urath smiled faintly. "As long as you stay with me." "Long enough." The stars outside the escape pod stretched like threads of silver. Lena sat by Urath, pressing a glowing medpack against the wound on his side. His golden blood shimmered softly, the flow finally slowing. "You're healing," she whispered. "I am," he replied weakly. "Thanks to you. You nearly died," Lena said. "Again." "I have a habit," Urath said with a tired smirk. "You keep saving me, and I keep letting you." The navigation system beeped. Destination reached. Coordinates unlocked. From Flametooth Seal location. Drakthara. Forbidden Moon Lina stared at the screen. "This place was hidden inside your fang?" "Yes," Urath said, voice low. "Only someone who truly bonded with me could unlock it." "I thought it was just an infected tooth," she whispered. "It was, and it was also my inheritance." As the pod descended, they saw it. Drakthara, a moon wrapped in mist and green fire. A vast crater stretched across the land, filled with shattered statues and overgrown ruins. Broken pillars carved with dragon symbols. Forgotten roads choked with vines. At the heart, a ruined temple, black stone and flame-lit markings glowing beneath the surface. Urath leaned forward, his breath catching. "I remember this place, from dreams, from fire, from blood." They stepped out of the pod. The air was thick but breathable. The ground hummed beneath their feet. Each step echoed with something ancient. The temple doors opened by themselves, creaking wide. Inside was silence, and then a voice. Not spoken, but inside Lena's mind. "He returns, with a healer not born of fire, but of heart." Lena froze. "Did you hear that?" Urath nodded slowly. "The throne remembers." They entered deeper. At the center of the temple stood a massive circular chamber. In the middle, a crystal throne, half broken, bathed in blue flame. And surrounding it, dragon skeletons, kneeling as if frozen mid-prayer. Lena gasped. "They died protecting this place." "No," Urath whispered. "They died waiting for me." As he stepped forward, the flame symbols on his scales glowed brighter than ever. The throne pulsed once. A ring of ancient script ignited around the room. Lena's scanner buzzed uncontrollably, then shattered in her hand. "Too much energy," she muttered. Then Urath turned to her. "I need your help one last time." She stepped closer. "What do you need?" He opened his mouth slightly. The healed tooth, the one she repaired, sparked with light. "I need you to touch it." "What?" "It's the key. Your hand unlocked the coordinates. Now it must unlock the truth." Lena hesitated. Then she placed her fingers gently on the surface of his tooth. Suddenly, the entire temple ignited in golden flame. Wind roared around them. The skeletons lit up, one by one, not burning, but glowing with remembrance. Memories poured into Lena's mind. Dragons soaring across ancient skies, wars against darkness and shadow machines. A prophecy of a flameborn who would rise again, but only if healed by a hand with no greed. She gasped, falling to her knees. The throne rumbled. The light surrounded. Urath then. He rose off the ground, his wings stretched wide. The wound in his side vanished. The fire on his back formed a crown-shaped flame, and when he opened his eyes, they burned like stars. Lena shielded her face from the light. When it faded, Urath stood tall, stronger than ever. Regal. Alive. "You're..." He nodded. "King of the last flame." But before Lena could speak, the temple trembled. A voice echoed across the walls. Not ancient, not holy, cold, robotic. Location locked, target confirmed, Black Enclave strike ships inbound. Lena looked at Urath, horrified. They found us. Urath clenched his fists, then let them come. The skies above Drakthara turned red. Dozens of Black Enclave ships burst through the clouds like metal locusts, engines roaring. Their weapons locked onto the temple ruins, scanning for one thing: flame core signature detected. Target: Urath. Status: terminate with prejudice. Inside the temple, Urath, reborn in golden flame, stood before the broken crystal throne. Lena ran to his side, heart pounding. They're here, he nodded. I feel them. They've brought more than weapons. A soft pulse passed through the ground like an earthquake. From the shadows of the temple, a new figure emerged. Black robes, no face, no voice, just presence. Urath growled. Shadow siphon. Lena stepped back. What is that? A killer of legends, Urath whispered. They erase bloodlines and memories. The shadow raised a black hand. Suddenly, the bones of the ancient dragons began to crumble, turning into dust, their legacy fading before Lena's eyes. Urath roared. No! He leapt forward, flame wings bursting open. But the shadow struck with a wave of void energy, slamming him against the temple wall. Urath fell. Fire flickered. Smoke poured from his mouth. No! Lena screamed. She ran to him, falling to her knees. He looked weak again. Bleeding. They want to end it all, he whispered. Me. You. Everything. Lena looked up at the throne. It still pulsed. Quiet. Waiting. Suddenly she understood. She stood tall, turning to face the throne. She reached into her bag and pulled out the dental scanner, half broken from the overload earlier. Then, she placed it on the throne. A soft light passed through it. Then she did the unthinkable. She placed her hand in the scanner. The screen flashed. Healer confirmed. Non-draconid, pure intent. Legacy transfer initiated. Golden flame shot from the throne into Lena's chest. She gasped, but she didn't burn. She glowed. The shadow paused, confused, then afraid. Urath lifted his head. His eyes widened. You're bonded to the flame core. I didn't heal just a tooth, Lena said, her voice echoing strangely. I healed a legacy. She stepped forward, and the throne behind her rose, floating above the floor. Dragons of light formed from dust, holograms of ancestors roaring beside her. The shadow attacked. But Lena raised her hand. A wave of golden energy exploded from her palm, shattering the void bolt in midair. The shadow screamed, its body dissolving into smoke. Outside, the Enclave ships began to fall from the sky one by one, as the flame core's energy pulse disabled every weapon in orbit. Urath slowly stood. His fire returned, his wounds closed. He looked at Lena, eyes soft with awe. You've done what no draconid ever could. You became part of our fire. Without blood, without war. She smiled through tears. You just needed a dentist with guts. Later, the throne was rebuilt. Urath sat upon it, not as a ruler of fear, but as a king of renewal. And beside him, Lena the healer stood. Not as a servant, not as a warrior, but as an equal. Will you stay? He asked. Lena looked up at the stars and smiled. Only if you promise to brush twice a day.